Hello and welcome to TSL Talk for the first week of the finals. Today we're joined by State Coach Matthew Armstrong. Matty, thanks for joining us once again.
Yeah, good to be here.
There's been a lot of talk and a fair bit of criticism about the 5-week final system. Top two teams get a triple chance and there's a chance that they could play each other 3 times during the finals. What's your take on it?
I haven't really looked into it a great deal, to be really honest with you. So that's the question. Yeah, I haven't really looked into it that much. I do understand that if Clarence wins all 3 finals games they play, and they could actually play Launceston 3 times in a row, meet them in the grand final. I do understand that, but to be quite honest, I haven't put a lot of thought into it.
The game everyone's been waiting for is the Clarence-Launceston game at Belrive Oval. What's your thoughts?
Oh, it'd be a ripping game, I think. I went and watched Launceston play Hobart last weekend at the TCA, and I hadn't seen a lot of them play. And they're good. They're pretty even side. They're very well balanced side. I think they'll have to be to compete with Clarence. I think Clarence, with all their players back now and firing, are no doubt the team to beat. And I hope it's a real close contest because if Clarence really get on a roll and win the game and beat them probably mentally for the next 4 or 5 weeks, you know, it might be a bit boring series.
Yeah, last time Launceston's inflicted Clarence's only loss for the season, but that was up at Windsor Park, and that time Clarence was out without Cameron Thurley, Josh Green, Brendan Savage and Ben Setchell, and all these players are going to be back. And the Clarence got a few more back from injury, like Nick Payne and Jackson O'Brien. They've got a lot of stars in their team. 7
players come back into a side. That's a third of a side, and they are all quality. Those 7 probably players are in their top 10.
Yep.
So that's an enormous amount of experience and ability to come back in your side, leading into the finals, and that's going to be a big advantage. Playing at home is going to be a big advantage. At Belrive, they play the ground well. They're going to have their local support there, so you would think they should win the first final.
Yeah. Launceston captain Scott Stevens was named the TSL's best player during the week. You expect Clint Riley will go to him?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think I'll put personally I'll put Jackson O'Brien on him, but I think he'll get tagged. He is, I guess, the barometer. Him and Sam O'Keefe are the barometers at the minute. Both play through the midfield for Launceston, and Sam played a very good game last week. Scotty goes forward a little bit more than Sam. Kicks a few more goals. Scotty's actually started his football career as a crumbing forward. Scotty Stevens. So look, Clarence will have to really keep an eye on those 2. I think if they shut those 2 out of the game, the second string is a Tim Bristows, and who is a quality player as well, will have to come into the middle and get a lot of the ball. I don't know if they've got the same second string on ball as that Clarence have. Clarence can put a plethora of players through the middle and do a lot of rotations and stay fresh, and you see that's why they really kick a lot of goals at the back end of quarters and the back end of games, is because their players and their midfielders keep so fresh because all the rotations they got through it.
Yep.
I don't think Launceston got that as many rotations, and I think that's going to be critical both in this game and as the final series drags on.
Yep. TSL medalist Brian Finch plays for Launceston. Would you expect Cameron Blight or Greg Sharman probably more likely to go to him?
I'll probably Sharma, I reckon. I think Sharma's probably got a little bit more leg speed than Cameron. Cameron will probably take the Edwards type if he plays forward. You know, that bigger body bloke Cameron probably take, where Sharma's, as I mentioned, quicker leg speed and be able to compete on a lead with Brian better.
Yep. Glenorchy's got the trip north to take on Devonport under the lights. You think the home side will probably start favourites there?
I think so. Yeah, look, I think they've lost 2 key defenders, Glenorchy and Muir, and maybe O'Gary with a hamstring. 2 defender-type players. I think that in finals football, defence is very important, and I believe that losing them may have put them on the back foot just a little bit. They have won up there before. You know, I think in finals footy, they are a quality football club and they have got quality players. Devonport, as we know, very good around stoppages with Reece Mott, Kurt Hazelwood, and they're very good around stoppages and do love the flood back and get numbers behind the ball and win the stoppage and run for it. So where Glenorchy don't do that as much, Glenorchy, if they get going, get on a roll, still could win, but I do believe Devonport have the advantage playing at home.
Glenorchy probably doesn't have an obvious matchup for Ben Reynolds, who's probably Devonport's best and most important player at centre forward.
Exactly, and losing Muir is critical now, and Big Ben's had a fantastic year. He really has. He played very well in the state game. He was a class act in that game, and he's going to take some stopping. He's big and he's powerful, and Glenorchy, as you mentioned, probably haven't got the quite tool to fit like a Cameron Blyke or a Sharman to go with him. So, yeah.
The elimination final on Sunday, North Hobart, North Launceston, is an interesting game. Both teams going at this game without a lot of form in the back half of the season.
Correct. Yeah, they both struggled a little bit after the main break, haven't they? But it is finals footy now, and as the old cliche is, anything can happen in finals footy. North Hobart, look, on paper, if they can get it right on the day, they're a very good football side. I mean, I was at Bellary one day when they absolutely smashed Clarence in the first half, really took them to the cleaners and playing really good footy. They need to be able to do that for 4 quarters. I think final football is a lot of contested football, especially at North Hobart Oval. That's an area where they're going to have to improve. They can't leave it all to the Kenny Halls of the world to do all the bustling work, let's say. If they do that, get Cam Nagoya, get him in there as well, because he's a very good contested ball winner. I believe they can win the game. But with North Launceston, they'll probably have a few more tall forwards. They can put McLean up forward, Cotton up forward, and they're reasonably solid through the midfield. They've got a lot of blokes who are Wager, O'Sullivan that can go through the midfield, that can win a lot of the ball. So I think this game is going to be a very, very good game of footy.
And do you have a tip for this one?
Oh, jeez. I'll stick with my old club, North Launceston.
No worries. Well, Matty, thanks very, very much for joining us on TSL Talk. And remember, for all your previews and reviews, pick up your copy of the Mercury or go to the Mercury online.